Hi everyone, it's Mike Rickard, and this is the first official Talk to Me Tuesday of 2012. It is Sunday, July 15th, and it's a beautiful day here in Atlanta, and I'm sitting out on the front porch to record this video, and it'll be released on Tuesday, July 17th. So I've got a new project coming up, and that's why we're doing these Talk to Me Tuesday videos. So you may be wondering exactly what is this new project. Well, there's not a whole lot that I can share with you yet, other than to say it's going to be different than anything I've done before. So I'm going to encourage you to keep coming back for more information, and beginning next week I'm going to start sharing a whole lot more information with you. So stay tuned for more details. So let's get to the questions. One of my favorite parts of Talk to Me Tuesdays is getting your questions to see what's on your mind and to share a little bit about what you may want to know. I got 4 questions this week, so let's get to them. The first one came from Monty in Indiana, and his questions were, what has been your favorite inspiration for the new things in the hopper? And having released Sweat, how do you look back on it? What was your biggest surprise coming from it? Monty, I'm going to answer the Sweat question and just say that when I look back on Sweat, I reminded that we recorded that over a 2-week period of time where I went up to Steubenville, Ohio. So everything had to be ready to go. I had to be thoroughly rehearsed as far as my guitar playing, my singing. All the lyrics had to be written, and it was an incredibly fun time and very productive time. But one of the fun tidbits about recording Sweat was that when I left to go up to Steubenville, I hadn't finished the lyrics yet for Stupid Stuff Like That. So I tried to write it several times, and finally, I think it was the night before we were going to record the lead vocals, I finally finished the lyrics to the song. And I usually work pretty well under pressure. In fact, I'm probably more of a pressure person than trying to be methodical about planning things out. So it all came together in a way that I was very happy with as far as that song, and then the whole project. And I think the whole recording process was very energetic, and I think that we captured that in the recording. Travis from Atlanta writes, on Sweat's Only Love track, one of my favorite lines is, speaking of love itself, it doesn't cost a thing, but you know it has a price. And then he says, and isn't that the truth? How in the world do you come up with such great lines? Where do you get your inspiration? Well, I get my inspiration from my own life for a lot of it, but there's also sometimes I'm an avid reader, and if there's a story or a line or a word that really catches my attention, that's sometimes enough to fuel a song. I keep a journal, sometimes not so much of like a diary, but just keywords or thoughts or phrases that I come across, and occasionally I'll look at them. And the germ for Only Love, the idea for Only Love, actually germinated a while before it came out. But as far as being a songwriter and studying songwriting, one of the key tenets is don't tell me how you feel, show me how you feel. Make it as visual as you possibly can. So the whole part of it doesn't cost a thing, but you know it has a price, is that there's always a good side to love and a bad side. Love is great when it's good, and love sucks when it's bad. So that's what I was trying to convey there, that there is a price associated with it, both in being frustrated, upset, the commitment that it takes to really making love work. But actually one of my favorite songs from that, one of my favorite lines from that song is the very first line, which is, now let me see if I can remember what my own song lyric is. Gives you a reason to smile, then kicks your teeth out. I thought that was an incredibly visual line, and if I had not used it in Only Love, I would have found a way to use it somewhere else. That's probably one of my favorite lines that I had written up until that point. So the next question comes from Julie in Evansville, Indiana, and she says, first, when are you coming to Evansville? We miss you. Well, I miss you guys too. And will you be performing live in the upcoming months? Would love to come and see you. I do hope to perform soon, and I really have missed being on the stage. But if it's not 2012, I definitely plan to start performing much more frequently in 2013. Oh, and she asked one more question. Oh, did I win? Sorry, Jules, you didn't win this week, but I hope you and the others will submit another question next week. Here's the winning question from Candace in Atlanta. How is this project going to be different from the last two, and who or what inspired you to do the next project? Well, again, I'm not going to give you a whole lot of details other than to say this project is going to be different than anything that I've done before. And as far as the inspiration, it goes back to my love of different types of music and wanting to just keep myself out in front of people and show that there are many different sides to Mike Rickard and the music that I love and write. So those are the questions for this week's Talk to Me Tuesday. I hope you'll come back next Tuesday for the next installment. But in the meantime, don't forget to send your questions via Twitter, Facebook, email, and YouTube. So that's it for today. Have a good week. Thanks. Oh, okay.